What's going on, guys? All right, man, bear with me. I made videos. I had like 150 videos recently, and I deleted them all. Stupidity. I should have at least kept some of them. Okay, I got into a debate the other day, and it lasted for 1 or 2 or 3 days with a bunch of individuals, and it ended up with me trying to explain proof of God towards the end. Okay, so what I want to do is make another video so I can throw this out to these people whenever I get into these debates, and it's just going to save me time. Okay, this is going to be about 10-15 minutes, maybe a little bit more. I'm not sure. I'm not going to, you know, scarf off on this one. Anyway, guys, I get into these debates. Now, these are actually, now let me make one point here before I get going. These people are very highly intelligent people. Okay, just by talking to them, you can tell that they are very well educated. These are college educated individuals. Now, let me point something out before I get going here. Every single time, and I've been in many debates, okay, about proof of God. Every single time, all of these highly educated individuals, they all agree that you have two roads. Okay, you either have evolution, that nature itself created man and woman and all the insects and all the birds and mammals and everything you see. Nature itself created that, or a creator. Okay, even they, though they deny that God exists, even they will admit every single time that you have two choices. Either a creator or natural selection. So in other words, basically that nature itself created man and woman and everything in between. Okay, so okay guys, so let me get on with this. First of all, I'm gonna debunk evolution. Okay, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna throw it right into the garbage where it belongs. And I've been over this before. Let's do it again. And this is what I tell these people. Listen. Okay, guys, come on, man. Okay, now, they claim that everything came from the ocean, from fish. You know, there are actually fish out there that have feet, that have teeth that look like humans and blah, 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 blah. Okay, that man came from ape. Okay, and that's one of my things there. And this is what I tell these guys. Listen, the apes haven't changed for thousands and thousands of years, however long they've been in existence, just like all the other animals. The apes, just because they share a certain amount of our chromosomes, more than any other creature, they have not changed. Okay? They're the same as the zebras. They're the same as the elephants. Okay? They have not changed as far as being an ape. Okay? That's exactly what it is. So don't tell me we evolved from apes, because if we did, there would be no more apes. We'd be all humans. Okay, so let's throw that in the garbage, guys. So now that's number one. We came from fish. Now, this is the argument that I would like to use, and this is the one that I always use, guys. Let's say that a fish, by some astronomical number, came up out of the ocean. And somehow it turned into a baby human. Okay, whether it be a male or a female, it doesn't matter which one. Okay, now wait, before I get going, let me make one more point. All of these highly intellectual individuals that I'm talking about here, that I debate with, let me roll down my window a little bit. All of these guys also agree that there is a timeline, a limit for life. So in other words, everybody has the sands of time. In other words, you're only going to live so long, and that goes for animals, that goes for insects, that goes for birds, that goes for fish. Everything in between has a lifespan. Okay, so they all agree on that. Now just bear with me. This is part of it. Now, the fish somehow crawls out of the ocean, guys, and it turns into a baby. Okay, now here's your argument. When you go to a hospital nowadays and you and your wife have a baby, how long will that baby live if you do not feed it, if you do not change its diaper, if you don't take care of it? How long is that baby going to live? A week? A couple days? You know, 2 weeks at the most? Maybe not even that. Probably not. I'm figuring a couple days. Okay? So now we have a fish that somehow crawled out of the ocean and turned into a baby. And it was underneath the sun with the ocean waves. It's not drowning. It's not, you know, the sun's beating down on it. All the, you know, whatever, the elements are out there, the rain, the sun, the heat, the cold, whatever was there at the time. So this baby survived on its own, fed itself, somehow lived. Okay, can you guys see the astronomical number of that even happening? But I'm going to give you that. Okay, so this little baby turns into a man, fully equipped with a penis, okay, excuse my language, fully equipped with all his hardware ready to go. But he has a lifespan. Okay, this male is going to live for just a certain amount of time before he dies. So now we got to wait for another fish to come out. Okay, and hopefully this one turns into a woman with all her hardware ready to go. Okay, so she can repopulate, and this guy can get together with her, and they can repopulate and create the population of the earth. Okay, now we got, but then, you know, now we got another problem, because now we got Chinese, Japanese, Australians, black people, white people, different colors, you know. So now we got to wait for all these other fish to come out to create different breeds of people, if that's what you want to call them. Okay, so everybody following me? So here's a man. This fish came out and turned into a man. He's got all the hardware that's needed. Okay, then he has to wait for a woman, but hopefully this woman comes out before his lifespan expires. Otherwise, he's going to die. Now we got to wait for another fish to come out to become another male. Okay, because by this time now the woman came out, now she's waiting on the male. Are you guys following me? Can you see the absurdity of this example? Now this is just man and woman. Okay, now let me go on. Now we're looking at elephants. Let's say the elephants come out next. Okay, so here we come out with a male elephant. Okay, we better hope that that male elephant has a 4-foot penis. Excuse my language again, but this is a fact. Now let's better hope this elephant has a 4-foot penis by the time the female elephant comes out, because if he doesn't, they're both going to die. Okay, when their lifespan runs out. You got that? So now we got 2 dead elephants because this elephant had a penis only 4 or 5 inches long. He could not mate with the female elephant. Okay, I think they have a 4-foot penis, 5-foot, whatever it is. Okay, I'm getting technical. But it has to be, everything has to be perfect for these 2 to mate and repopulate. Otherwise, we're going to go another 1,000,000 years until the next male elephant comes out, and eventually, you know, selective, whatever you want to call it, will say that, you know, nature will figure out that this elephant needs a 4-foot penis, okay, to mate with the next female that comes out. But then again, now, hopefully this elephant lives long enough to wait for the next female. You guys following me? Okay, so now that's just the elephants. Now we're getting on with the alligators and the zebras and the leopards and every breed of leopard, every breed of insect, every breed of bird, every breed of mammals, okay? Every single one, male and female, male and female, male and female, male and female, every single one are perfectly designed for each other. Okay? Absolutely perfectly designed. Your bodies, okay? And I'm going to go back to the body, the human body. Dude, I can't even begin to explain what God has done here. Okay, if you did not have a heart, you would not be alive. If you did not have lungs, you would not be alive. If you did not have plasma in your blood, you would not be alive. Your cells are actually DNA programmed. Your cells are alive. They know exactly what they're doing. If they did not, you would not be alive. Your brain is 85% water. It's a supercomputer in your head. It is the processor of your body. It regulates your body. Everything in your body. If you didn't have your bones, you wouldn't be alive. On and on. Your spinal cord that goes down and controls and shoots out the nerves for the muscles and the pain receptors and everything in between. If you did not have all that, if there wasn't spinal fluid in your spine, Okay, your spine would not be properly lubricated. Okay, everything that God has done is so precise and so calculated. It is unbelievable. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you a couple more examples of it, you know, just to blow evolution out of the water. Okay, now let me give you an example. Let's take, again, I've done this before, a monarch butterfly. Okay, here's a caterpillar that lands on only one kind of weed. It's called a milkweed. Okay, no other kind of plants will sustain this caterpillar. So she flies around, she lays her eggs on a milkweed. The caterpillar then eats the milkweed, turns into a butterfly, and then from New York all the way over to Seattle, Washington, all these monarch butterflies at the same time of the year, they all take a 3,000-mile trip down to Mexico. Okay, they've never been to Mexico. They don't have any knowledge of where Mexico is, but they got to go there. Why? Because it's called DNA programming. I'm going to get to that in a minute. So this one particular brand of butterfly, actually all of them do it, but this one is the one I'm getting on, goes down to Mexico. They land in one kind of tree that they've never seen before in their life. Okay, not just any tree. It can't be an oak tree. It can't be a redwood. It can't be this or that. It's got to be a certain kind of tree that's only down in Mexico. They land in these trees and they mate. Okay, millions of monarch butterflies, they all go down. They land in these certain trees and they mate. They come back 3,000 miles to where they came from. They know exactly where they're going. They know exactly how to get there. They fly around. They find another milkweed. They lay their eggs. The next cycle of caterpillars come out to repeat the cycle. Okay, now, why is that going on, guys? Because God is laying out clues for you. You're supposed to be watching this stuff. You're supposed to be looking out for what God is laying out, all these clues and all these things that should really rattle your mind and say, man, what's going on there? How does that happen? You know, there's no way that's going down. But now I'm going to give you a couple more examples. Let's say there's 1 million species of bats out here. Okay, around my house, I got brown bats, I got red bats, I got other bats, little bitty bats, bigger bats, but they're all bats. So now you would think that one of these bats, if they found another bat, they would just mate with that bat, you know, and just keep the bat population going, but they don't. Okay, now when these bats are born, they're pre-programmed by God. It's called DNA programming. So they know exactly what to do, what kind of food to eat, exactly where to go to stay warm. They know exactly what they got to do, if they got to hibernate, if they got to travel 4,000 miles to get somewhere, to find something, some type of berry. It doesn't matter. It's already pre-programmed into your mind, just like humans. Okay, humans are pre-programmed when they're born. Okay, we have emotions. We have emotions of love, of hate, of this or this or this or that. All that is pre-programmed. You know good from evil, just like the Bible says. So it's all pre-programmed by God in the humans. Okay, but let's get back to that bat. This one particular bat, even though there's millions of other bat species around its area, it's going to find its own species, its own kind, its own match to go and mate with. Now, it may have to travel 100 miles, but somehow 100 miles away is another bat, the only one that's like it. They're 100 miles away, and that bat will find that bat. Pheromones, noises, whatever they do, they leave a trail. Okay, there's a whole nother world out here with insects and animals that you and I are not even paying attention to. Okay, this bat will travel 100 miles to find the other bat, and he will find that bat somehow, some way, because it's pre-programmed by God, DNA programming. Okay, he's going to find that other bat, and he's going to mate with that bat, and they're going to repopulate. Okay, he's not going to mate with a brown bat. He's not going to mate with another bat. He's going to find his own exact kind, and he's going to mate. But there's millions of species of bats. Now, same with animals, same with bugs. Okay, let me go out over across the street here. I'm going to find a little black beetle. Now, out in the woods out here, There's millions of beetles. Okay, you got green beetles, you got black ones, you got brown ones, you got June bugs, all different kinds. But that little black beetle, okay, he's going to go through the woods, underneath logs, over trees, whatever he's got to do, and he's going to find another black beetle just like him. Okay, he's following pheromones. He's following the scent. You know why? Because God even designed that little black beetle exactly, okay, with DNA programming. That's exactly how God designed him, that he's going to go out there and find that other black beetle exactly like him. Okay, he's not going to mate with all these other million other beetles that are right around him. Okay, he has no interest in those beetles whatsoever. Okay, that's how God works. That's what I'm talking about. It's all pre-programmed. In other words, like I say, all the fish, all the dolphins, all the whales, male and female, male and female, male and female, this is how they all do. Okay, exactly how they all do it. Okay, now that, guys, these are clues that God is leaving you, that there is a creator. I can't stress enough how ridiculous that evolution is, that these people actually think that male and female of every species, again, I'm going to use the elephants as an example. If these elephants don't come out with the correct hardware to mate, you know, like a horse, okay, a horse has got to have the correct hardware to be able to mate with the other horse. And if he doesn't, guess what happens? We're not going to have baby horses. Dude, even the process of birthing, and then having that baby in the stomach, all these critters, all these mammals, all these birds. Okay, and one more example before I go here. I'm into this 16 minutes. Let's take hummingbirds, because I feed hummingbirds around my house every summer. I love it. You know, I put up the feeders, and they come in and they eat, and I like watching that. Sometimes I can hold the feeder in my hand and they come right up. Millions of different, hundreds, thousands of different species of hummingbirds. Same thing, guys. They all look the same almost, but they're not. Okay, each one is different. Okay, so here comes a hummingbird now, and even though there's 10,000 other species of hummingbirds in the area, this little guy is going to go out. Maybe it's going to be 100 miles away, 200 miles away, 300 miles away, but he will find his exact match, his exact mate. And he's going to make a little nest, and they're going to lay their little eggs, and they're going to do that. He's not going to run out and mate with other hummingbirds that almost look the same. They're the same size, that make the same noise and the same sound. This little guy, he knows exactly what he's looking for. And if anything is off, one little touch, okay, he's going to know it. Okay, he knows exactly who is his breed. And that, ladies and gentlemen, these are the clues that God is laying out, you know, that you're supposed to pick up on. Okay, this is where evolution just falls flat on its face. It's impossible for you to look out and see all the creatures, all the insects, all the birds, all the hummingbirds, all the crickets, everything, all the worms, you name it. The red worms do not mate with earthworms. They go find other red worms. And this goes on and on and on and on. I mean, these things, like I said, everything is pre-programmed by God. It's called DNA programming. When you're born, when all these creatures are born, they know exactly what to do, how to survive, and where to go and what to eat. That bee knows that he's got to go find flowers to pollinate. Why? Because God needs those flowers pollinated. So he created the bee. And that bee knows that when he's born, he's going to fly around, he's going to pollinate flowers, he's going to make his little thing and create the honey and do what he does. And all these little insects are all going to do everything they got to do to keep the earth the way God created it. Okay, trees don't grow unless, whatever, little insects get up there and pollinate the flowers. Okay, so God made it all. Every little insect has a brain. Like I said, that monarch butterfly will fly 3,000 miles to a place it's never been and land in only one tree. Dude, if you cannot see God written all over that, people, I don't know what to tell you. You know, how can you deny it? Now pick up a Bible and read it and see where we're headed, because this, ladies and gentlemen, shows you the trajectory of the earth and where we're going, the good and evil. By the way, you know, Ladies and gentlemen, everybody is pre-programmed at birth to know good from evil. Everybody knows it. Everybody sees it. The problem, the only reason that people do not see God is because of lack of knowledge. God says you're not picking up the book. You're not picking up the Bible. You're going to Joel Osteen's church and you're buying his trash that he's writing instead of just grabbing a Bible and reading it and reading my word and understanding who I am, that I am your God. Okay? That's the reason most people are blind. That's the reason they don't get it. Okay? Because they're not reading a Bible. They totally reject God. They're born into this world. Yes, God programmed your DNA. Okay? You know everything you got to do to survive. You know, and what you're attracted to and how to live. Okay? But you've got to look at the clues around you. That's the problem today. People are not paying attention to the clues. My lights went off. Of what's all around you guys. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. I'm not kidding you. I mean, it's all right in front of your face. But anyway, most people, you know, they're destroyed because of lack of knowledge. But, and again, I'm gonna knock this out. I'm at 21 minutes. All of these people I debate are usually very highly intelligent people, but they will all agree, number one, that we all have a lifespan, which I've just told you, and that you got two roads. Either creation from a higher being, or evolution from nature. Okay, now evolution from nature, dude, that's, and again, I've been over that. But anyway, this last debate I've been into, one more thing here, guys. This guy asked me, where did God come from? And I told him, I said, you know what? You're going to find that out when the time comes, but right now we have no idea. Okay, we have no idea. I mean, all I can say, I have all the proof I need that God exists, but where he came from and the angels and all this, the demons and all that good stuff, yeah, I can't get into that right now. We don't understand that. That's way beyond our understanding. Dude, our bodies are way beyond our understanding, okay? We can't even map the brain and how that works. I mean, we have a supercomputer up inside our skull, okay, that controls your whole body. It's made out of water, 85% water. You literally, every single human that is born with a supercomputer up inside its skull. Okay, believe it or not. Believe it or not, that's how advanced God is. That everything that's born is just ready to go. It replicates itself. Anyway, all right, guys, I'm into this 22 minutes. I think I made my point. So next time I get into a debate with these, you know, highly intellectual individuals, I'm just going to take this video and throw it at them. And it's just going to save me time, hopefully. But, you know, the bad part is a lot of them still never believe. They still don't grab it. They still reject it. They're stuck in their ways. You know, they just reject God for some reason. I don't get it. I don't understand it. You know, I can't. I sometimes talk to God. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? They're so into the world. They're so brainwashed by their world leaders and by scientists, you know, that are leading them down the wrong way. They're so brainwashed by these forces, by Satan, if you want to call it that they're not getting it. And when will they? I have no idea. But anyway, guys, all right, man, I'm done. I'm rambling on. Peace out. God bless. Take care.